To feel powerless is amongst one of the most bitter things that we can experience as a human. To feel weak, helpless, out of control. To feel powerless is a kind of captivity, a stuckness. It feels like we are constrained by our powerlessness. None of us wants to feel powerless. None of us wants to be powerless. Is it true, though, that you are powerless? You have felt it. You have believed it about yourself, but is it true? Have you ever actually been powerless? When I look at my children, I turn my gaze to them and I think, are my kids powerless? Do I want them to believe that they are powerless? Do I want them to act as if they were powerless? And in reality, again, do I believe my kids are powerless? Would I ever say that to them? No. The thing that I want my kids to hold on to as a lifeline, I want it to be their anchor. I want it to be their North Star, or at least one of them, is that you are not powerless. What a gift our Christian faith is when it teaches us that with God, all things are possible. In other words, with God, you are never powerless. This voice of God's, this voice that says, with me, nothing is impossible. What a voice of hope. What a voice of faith and courage. That voice inspires us to do hard things, to embrace difficult tasks, go on adventurous journeys, because with God, nothing is impossible. So if that is God's voice, this is his message, this is what he says, then where did I get the idea that I was powerless, helpless, incapable? If that's not God's message to me, who is that message coming from? The answer to that is quite simple. On the one hand, we have God's voice, and God speaks truth. He is the source of truth. And then on the other hand, in contrast to that, we have the father of lies, who is always distorting, manipulating, hiding, counterfeiting, bringing about fear, all the ways that he possibly can hide the truth. He is engaged in that. In order to escape the trap and the captivity of powerlessness, we need to be very familiar with these two voices, how they are in contrast with each other, how they speak to us differently, their motivations, how they encourage or discourage us.